Hey there everyone, we're here at Natural Tunnel State Park, and along with going down to see the tunnel, we're actually going to go and hike a trail here. I'm joined here now with Rachel Blevin. She's one of the senior rangers here. Now Rachel, where are we going today?
We are going to actually head up to Lover's Leap Trail, which offers some really cool overlooks of the tunnel itself.
Very neat. I feel like a lot of people don't really know that there are hiking trails here as long as going to see the tunnel.
Yeah, other than the tunnel itself, we have 6 miles of trail throughout the park, anything from difficult to super easy trail, and they offer some really awesome views beyond the tunnel.
And thankfully for me, Rachel's being really kind, and we're going to one of the super easy ones today.
We are, yeah, we'll take it easy today.
Perfect. Well, let's get going.
Okay. So we are starting right here at the chairlift area, and we are actually going to take this blue trail. So all of our trails, if you look down here, they're color-coded, so we call them blazes. And so what that means is each trail has a blaze we'll follow. That way we know where we're going. So we're going to take the blue trail today, and we are going to head on over to Lover's Leap Overlook.
Sounds great. Super easy. So the blue blazes.
Yep, so we'll look for those throughout the hike. We always offered this as a really short hike for those that maybe can't hike down to the tunnel because they can still see it from here. And it has a really neat overlook. We are going to go this way. And this is where we're going, where that fence is over there.
Oh, neat.
So you can see your end point. Right here, this is the second overlook on this trail. So we're almost to the top of where Lover's Leap overlooks at. So
where you showed us that spot was originally.
Yeah, it is.
That wasn't a very far hike at all.
No, it's not too bad. Relatively flat.
How cool is this? That's massive. You don't understand how high up you are until you can see it from this angle.
And that's about 425 feet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited to see that when we go down there. Okay, but we're not even to the lookout point yet.
Nope, we're almost there though.
I love coming up to something like this. You can always tell that what you're about to see is going to be incredible.
Yeah, the anticipation.
Wow, we're high up.
And so the tunnel is right over here. So that is the south entrance of our natural tunnel.
Okay, so where we are, it's called Lover's Leap. Mm-hmm. What's the story here?
The story, or the legend, so be it, it's Native American tribes of a Cherokee tribe and a Shawnee tribe. There was a Cherokee warrior and a Shawnee maiden, and they supposedly fell in love, but their tribes kind of banned them from being together, and so they wanted to kind of solidify their love for one another, and they decided to leap off of this ledge that we're on right now so that they could be together forever. So that is the legend.
Lover's Leap?
Yeah.
So we saw the view. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go and hike. You said this could be a there and back, but we're going to do it in a loop form.
We are, yeah.
Cool, let's keep going. About how far is it in a loop form?
It'll be about a mile, a little over a mile. Right here is kind of an intersection between our two trails, and so we're going to actually hit the Gorge Ridge Trail back down to the visitor center.
So now we follow the yellow blazes.
Yep, so we're going to look for yellow.
Okay, Rachel, so we just did that quick little mile hike, and now we want to go to the tunnel. How do we get there?
We are going to head down the tunnel trail itself. But during the main busier season, you have the option to take the chairlift down. So what we're going to do is hike down and then hopefully take the chairlift up.
Fingers crossed for that chairlift.
Fingers crossed.
And now we're walking down, though, to the trail tunnel.
We are, and that's about 3/10 of a mile down to the tunnel itself.
That's not bad, but when you're going up, it seems like much longer.
It does, and that's where the chairlift is kind of handy.
Okay, so now we're crossing this active rail line here, which you said only hauls coal now.
Yes, mostly coal, and the schedule it varies throughout the week, so we never really know, but it's a good surprise if you're down here when a train does go through. And so this is our natural tunnel.
This is it. We made it. Look at that. How cool is that? So tell me a little bit about this tunnel. What are we looking at here?
We are looking at the natural tunnel itself. It is 850 feet long, and in places it's about 100 feet tall. It's naturally formed, and there's one spot in there that the railroad had to make a little bit bigger for trains to pass through it. But other than that, this is completely natural, and this is Mother Nature at work.
Wow.
And it is continuously changing. The number one question we get asked here at Natural Tunnel is, when is the train coming through? And we don't really know.
So that train just came through when we were asking a question about the train. So the biggest question you get here is, what's the train schedule?
Exactly, and we don't know. They kind of have a schedule of their own, and it's a surprise for park guests, and then you and I today. So we really lucked out with getting to see that.
Very neat. So there is no idea ever when these trains are going to come.
No, unless you may know somebody, but for us here at the park, it is a surprise, and that's what we tell our visitors too.
Except for that one day in July. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's Railroad Day. So that's once a year, the last Saturday in July, and that is your one opportunity to actually walk through the tunnel on the tracks.
How did this tunnel originally get started as a railroad line?
So they were looking for kind of a more direct route to get from point A to point B, and having this tunnel here was kind of an easy answer. It was already a through passageway, and so they built the tracks. And then that was in the early 1900s, so for the next few decades or so, they hauled passengers through, and that was their way to get from Bristol kind of out towards Big Stone, and then on. And then once they invented the car, less need for transportation for people was needed, and so they kind of hauled coal and lumber and things of that sort.
We're coming in hot, everyone be careful. Okay, Rachel, so we just got off the stair lift. Super cool. How long has that been here?
That's been here for 30 years this year, so it was put in 1989. And that was kind of a turning point for the park itself, because anyone that wasn't able to hike down to the tunnel or just wasn't feeling it, they could easily take the chairlift down and see that geological phenomenon for themselves.
So neat. Well, thank you so much for doing this
You're
hike with
welcome.
us. Now, that stair lift is only $4 up and back, so know that this is a park that's accessible to anybody. Even if you have bad knees or a bad back and you can't actually make that hike down or up, you can use the stair lift again. It is only $4, so come by, come see this natural wonder, because it's something you've got to see in your lifetime.